how you do that?
Welcome to our blog.
Welcome. Welcome, good morning to our video presentation. Unfortunately, we have to do it through a video since Paris is against us this week, but we hope it's perfectly fine and you will understand everything we're saying. So to introduce ourselves, we have Miss Kelly Reed, Ricardo, Mark, and myself, Jesse. And as you know, we wrote a blog. Question, what did we write about? Basically, we wrote about everything we experienced here in Paris. I don't think it's really visible from here, but I'm sure you have read some blogs of us. We literally wrote about restaurants, traveling. Kelly traveled a lot. She traveled to Stockholm, Barcelona, and other cities, which she all posted about. Mark did some activities with his parents, for example, what he wrote about. And Ricardo, he really attracted our Spanish followers. So yeah, it was a very diverse blog to keep the attraction going. To get a bit more deeper into our blog, we're going to talk about the target market. And to do so, we have created the personas. So we have created 3 personas. The first one, we have created Jordi Swart. Some characteristics of him is that he's an undergraduate student. He's in the age limit of age range of 20 to 24. Of course, this can be a bit older, a bit younger. But the main characteristic is that he is interested in sports and food. And the main channels he's using is Instagram and YouTube. For our second persona, we have created Camille Dupont, really French. Characteristics of Camille is that she is a young traveler. She's also in the same age, she's 20 to 24 years old. She's currently exploring Europe and might be even considering studying abroad. She's really interested in social media, and she uses every social media platform extensively, and she even has her own blog, so it's very interesting for her. And our last persona is Ana Sofia Cabrera. She's a mother of 2 children. So the age is above 45 years old. Basically, she's really interested in reading things about the younger generation, because she might have children that also want to study abroad. Her personal interests are education and cooking, and she mainly uses Facebook and WhatsApp. And the reason why we picked these personas is because what we're writing about really fits all our personas. One, because we have someone who is studying and might be interested in studying abroad. Second one is someone who really likes to travel. So if we write our blogs about traveling and our experience, this might be perfect for her. And the reason why we picked our third persona, which is an adult, is because we all have our families who might want to read about our experiences. So that's why it's also a persona.
Okay, so what about the journeys of each persona? Okay, the first, Jordi Swartz. Okay, he noticed about our blogs through Facebook. Then he landed in the starting pages with the Mark's thank you post. Then he went to Thanksgiving post, and then he went to search for blogs written by Mark, and he looked finally for one last read before leaving, and then he dropped off. It's just an example of the average journey of one of our personas. So the next persona is Camille Dupont. She noticed about our blog in Instagram, in our Instagram page. Then she went to our homepage, clicking on the link. Then he read about Barcelona's travel. Then she went to a third blog, and finally she read about a cultural outing, another blog, and then she dropped off. Finally, Ana Sofia Cabrera. Okay, so she started in Facebook. She read about my blog in Malta. Then she went to Mark's final blog, the thank you blog. Then she went to my blog, my part of my blogs, and she finally read about Stockholm's experience of Kelly.
Alright, so the global overview of our data. So this is where a lot of our audience was coming from, reading our blogs. So we found our people. The majority of our readers were from the Netherlands, and then following the Netherlands was the United States. We also had readers from Mexico and France. So those are probably our top 4 biggest categories. with the Netherlands I think at 28% and the US at 26%. Our page views were a total of 1,890, which I think is really successful for just a few months starting this blog. A lot of our visitors were new visitors. I'd say probably 80%. So we had readers from over 32 countries, which I think is really cool considering the three of us only make up 3 different countries. We even had people reading from New Zealand, so I don't know anyone from New Zealand, neither do these 3, so we had a very wide audience all over the world.
So more in depth about our readers, it might be a bit small, but we will send the PowerPoint to you anyway. But like Kelly said, we had 1,890 views on our pages, and of that, 1,578 were unique. So that means that there were about 300 returning visitors. So those might be families, family members, friends who are interested in what we do in Paris and maybe Barcelona or Stockholm where Kelly went. You can see the average time on the page is 1,032,000, which is very good because this shows us that our readers are actually reading our things and not just clicking it and going out to, they don't give us the numbers by just going to our page and going away. They actually are interested in what we do. So that was very good for us, so we could see that people were actually liking what we were writing about. So that was very nice. We had a purpose. So our readers found us on different platforms. So social media was our biggest channel. We got 71%. No, that is a bounce rate. Fuck. Never mind. Okay, so we had 90% of our traffic coming from social media channels, and those for us could be Facebook and Instagram, where we always posted our links and kind of told people we wrote a new blog and you can view it on our Blogger. Direct was 8.5%. So what I did, for example, I sent my blog to my mom and she would send it to some of her friends or some of my family members, so my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, my brother, for example. So those would be direct people because they didn't go through Facebook, they just clicked the link and came to our blog. And yeah, you can see like social media is definitely our biggest channel, so that's what we emphasize on. Yeah, Facebook was definitely our biggest channel. We had in total, I think, 275 people on our page that liked our page. So every week when we posted a new blog, every one of us would put a message on Facebook and saying, hey, I wrote a new blog about my experience in Malta or in Stockholm or in Barcelona or playing football, for example. So that was our biggest channel. I think second is Instagram. We just posted a picture of us being in that destination or activity, and then referred to our link in the bio, which people could click to get to our newest blog post.
So our most read posts. So as you can see, our page got 359 page views, and then our most read blog was our Rome blog, which I wrote, and we had 138 page views on that blog. This was also a sponsored post on Facebook, which was really cool because we got to see how many additional people were interacting and reading the blog. Following that, we have Ricardo's blog. I don't know how to say it because it's in Spanish, but it had 114 page views.
Yeah, this time is in Spanish.
Yeah, it was in Spanish, which was really good because he was able to attract another key audience that was interested in reading our blogs by writing them in Spanish. So that was really beneficial for our channel, I think, or our blog. Our channel grew very much. I think we were really surprised with the number we ended up on Facebook with. We had 276 likes, and I think we had even more after this screenshot was taken. And we did get 90 followers on Instagram. We wanted to hit 100, but we're still really satisfied with getting 90 followers on that platform as well.
So yeah, more about our paid for advertisement. It was, I think, the second or third week, I got a notification by Facebook and it said, so hey, we have a €10 budget for you. You can spend it on your Rome post. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? It's free. So we'll just use it. And as you can see, and maybe on your PowerPoint if I send it to you, the initial page views of our own promoted blogs were actually quite low compared to this. I think we ended up getting 5,000 or 6,000 views for this post. which was very, very nice, and it got Kelly the most viewed blog actually on our accounts, which is very nice for her. But here you can see a clear difference between paid for and organic advertising and sharing on social media. So yeah, like I said, which did well, our post did very, very well. It got 113 link clicks. It actually had a reach of 13,000 people on Facebook, so that's absolutely massive for a page which only has 270 likes, and by then it was even like 150 likes. So that was very good. So yeah, it did only get 1 share, but even then it got a high amount of likes, or page views. So it was very nice for us.
Yeah, we tried some in Spanish, especially because I don't know, maybe 90% of my audience in Mexico, they prefer to read the blogs in Spanish, because mainly it's my family who use the Facebook. So we got these results. They like my post, they also commented, they also follow the page on Instagram, like the page on Facebook, and you know, it feels right. I learned that you can create each strategy whenever you're doing your marketing campaign according to the characteristics of your audience. That's it.
So after we saw the success of Ricardo, I thought, why not write one in Dutch, which I did, and it was very successful, but not as successful as Ricardo, which was unfortunate because I really wanted to beat his number, but oh well. But yeah, we tried Dutch as well. I think I wrote 2 blogs in Dutch out of the 11, which is, it's not that much, but when we were doing a poll on Instagram, asking if they wanted, the audience, if they wanted to see posts in Dutch or English, the majority still voted for English. So I only did 2 kind of exclusive blogs in Dutch, but we got a lot of page views for this as well, so it worked.
Yeah.
And I think with the language thing, it also kind of shows that all of us each had key things that we inputted into our blog. For example, Mark really likes doing the analytics side of all of this and also incorporating some of his Dutch writing and content. I just enjoyed writing content and kind of trying to find a target audience because I really do enjoy writing. I think Ricardo enjoyed reaching out to his family and stuff in Mexico and writing blogs that catered to him. Jesse, I think, really enjoyed the girls commenting on the Instagram's blog page.
That's true.
So we all
successful.
got, yes, it was also successful. So we all got something out of this, I think, which is important. Great, so most importantly, we all had fun together, just kind of what I was just saying. We all, I think, got something out of this. On one of our last blogs, I think Mark wrote this one, it was about our Thanksgiving and all of us spending it together and cooking a Thanksgiving meal. Even though they were all Dutch, me and a couple other Americans were able to help them and guide them through our traditional Thanksgiving holiday. It was really, really nice, but as far as content, or as far as people reading the blog, 454 people reacted, which is a lot considering we only have 274 people on our Facebook. We had 13 likes, comments, and shares. And yeah, we had 49 post clicks.
Yeah, there were people clicking on the posts.
People clicking on the actual Facebook link. So no negative feedback either, which is great.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would say that about our cooking, but it's fine.
And I think also what this slide really shows is that we, when we started this blog, we didn't really know each other at all. And after doing this whole project together, we really get to know each other, and it actually got us a lot closer. And I think we can,
maybe a little too close in some of us.
but I think we can really conclude that we made really good friends during this project, and it was what made it a lot of fun for us to work together. Yeah, we'll see what happens after this.
Yeah. So yeah, after all this, we're finally influencers now, and we can say we've reached a lot of people with our writing, and we really think that we hope we showed people what we were doing in Paris when you're far away from home, for example, for Kelly and for Ricardo. For me and Jesse, we're closer to home, but still our family members really enjoyed reading about Paris and our experience here. So yeah, we can finally say we're influencers now.
We can say.
Yay! So here's some recommendations that all of us wrote up. We each have personal quotes that we wanted to give to you on writing our blogs and creating content. and how to make a successful digital marketing campaign.
So first, my recommendation, I will rate it. Having different marketing strategies prepared for each different possible response of your audience in your marketing campaign is a brilliant way to increase the engagement. We saw this whenever we post a picture, for example, in our Instagram page, and some of our audience liked it, but some of other part of our audience liked it and also read the blog. So you have to create strategies for each group of people in order to create more a good and proper engagement.
For my recommendation, what I wrote down is emphasize the right channel for the written content to optimize the engagement of the intended target audience. What I mean by this is basically when we wrote different types of blogs, you could really see who was actually enjoying this and who's not. So, for example, if I wrote a blog about restaurants to visit in Paris, this actually was more targeted towards the Jordi Schwartz persona or the Camille persona, which you use Instagram a lot. So that's when you decide to post a picture on Instagram to create more traffic. The same way this goes for a post that's more intended to someone who's just using Facebook. Then it's not really necessary to post one on Instagram because it's not the target audience you want to reach. So therefore, to really know what channels they're using and to publish your content on that, that's what really is going to make it successful.
So my recommendation was know who your target audience is. Use that to cater your content to that niche market for a successful campaign. What I mean by this is, for example, after writing my Rome blog and seeing how well the people reacted to that, I decided to, for the rest of the semester, focus on my traveling and things around Paris and more of like the tourism side of the blogs. So after I found out who my target audience was, I kind of catered all of my blogs to that.
So my recommendation is recognizing a channel which is successful and utilizing its potential is key to attract an audience and create engagement. So what we could really see is that, for example, the Mexican audience was very active on Facebook and really actually liked Ricardo's post. So you can see that, for example, my post got 5 likes, but his post got 30 likes. So then you can really see that that audience is on Facebook. So you pretty much promote his Ricardo's blog on Facebook alone. That was a very successful way of seeing where to promote whose blog and to get the most audience.
I think everyone, if we can speak for everyone, we really enjoyed this semester here. We're all exchange students, so for us it was a really refreshing way of having a different type of class. So we really want to thank you for this and for everything we've learned.
And I really enjoyed this project. I think this blog was a great way for us to all explore creative outlets and also delve into digital marketing on different social media platforms. And like we said earlier, it really brought all of us together when we all went into this not even knowing one another, so that was really nice.
I actually like blogging more than I expected to do, so it was actually very nice to do this for the family and friends back home.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the class, Mr. Bauer. I really enjoyed it. You make it like easygoing. You make yourself clear at every moment. You also threw some jokes, and we learned. I think that's the most important. I did a very good friendship with these people, and that's what I get.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye!